Gaza has been under Israeli siege since October 2023. Palestinians in the enclave have faced hundreds of evacuation orders since then. However, this time around, human rights experts are decrying that Gaza has more or less become an open-air prison. The outrage comes after Israel's defense minister ordered IDF to prepare or establish a camp which he called a humanitarian city on the ruins of the city of Rafah. The minister's announcement includes surveillance for Palestinians. Gazans would have to go through a screening procedure to enter this camp, and once they enter Rafah, they cannot leave. IDF aims to control the perimeter of the site, planning to move 600,000 Palestinians into the area, mostly people currently displaced in the Al-Mawasi area. The minister's announcement comes in the thick of Gaza's ceasefire talks and in the backdrop of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's meeting with President Trump. When asked about the possibility of a two-state solution in his meeting with the U.S. President, Netanyahu said that Israel will always keep security control over the Gaza Strip. He further added that Israel and the United States are getting close to finding several countries who will take in Palestinians who would like to leave the war-torn Gaza Strip.
I think President Trump had a brilliant vision. It's called free choice. You know, if people want to stay, they can stay. But if they want to leave, they should be able to leave. It shouldn't be a prison. It should be an open place and give people a free choice. We're working with the United States very closely about finding countries that will seek to realize what they always say, that they want to give the Palestinians a better future.
But even though Palestinian lives have been shattered during the course of Israeli airstrikes and heavy bombardment, Gazans have outrightly rejected U.S. President Donald Trump's Israeli-backed plan to displace Gaza's 2.3 million population.
We heard from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and from circulating news that the people of Gaza are to be displaced, either voluntarily or by force. But why should we leave our land? This is our land. Who would we leave it to, and where would we go? This is our land. We were born here, we lived here, we grew up here. Who do we leave it to? And what kind of incentives could possibly convince us to migrate to another country and become strangers there?
We earlier spoke to Jen Kinnin-Moore, who's the CEO of the United Nations Association UK, and this is what she told us.
Well, Benjamin Netanyahu has been clear for many years that he opposes the formation of a Palestinian state. He has often pitched himself to Israeli voters as the only man who can make sure that this never happens, although that goes against the views of most countries in the world and many UN resolutions. He probably thinks he's closer than ever to ensuring that that state doesn't happen. Particularly as he pushes ahead with floating these ideas of pushing Palestinians out of their homeland through the so-called voluntary immigration, which I think most people can see wouldn't be voluntary in any real sense of the word.